Hey everyone, welcome to Soap Trend. We hope that everybody is doing well. We have some exciting news to share with you all in today's video. In this video, we present you with a review of Heartland Season 14 Episode 2. Let's get started. In Episode 1, we learn that ever since Ty's death, Amy hasn't been working with horses, either client horses or the colt that she was halter-breaking at the end of season 13. This episode changed that because Amy finally took steps towards getting back in the saddle, so to speak. And it came about unexpectedly. In the last episode, we met Parker, the girl protesting outside Lou's new office. In this episode, we found out that Parker is actually Jade's new stepsister. Jade's mom recently married Parker's dad, and since Parker's mom had become famous by publishing a bestseller and now is on a book tour, Parker had to move from Toronto to Hudson to live with her dad. Parker's dad bought her a paint horse named Mickey that they are stabling at Heartland. And according to Parker, her dad bought her the horse to make up for his guilt. Parker's not really a horse person. In fact, she's a little afraid of them and definitely doesn't know how to ride. But despite all that, Jack offered to find someone to teach Parker how to ride, and that someone turned out to be Amy. At first, Amy was reluctant to agree to Jack's scheme, but after thinking about it, she reconsidered and offered Parker to not only teach how to ride, but also teach Parker how to take care of Mickey. They decided to start by taking Mickey for a walk in the field. Mickey used to be a therapy horse. Parker's dad bought Mickey from New Day Horse Therapy. It was recently sold to a new owner along with most of the livestock. Parker remembered that a few days ago, someone else was looking for Mickey. She promised Amy to have the man call Amy. They met Ibrahim at Heartland and he told Amy and Parker that during his time as a client at New Day, Ibrahim had developed quite the bond with Mickey. The horse helped him overcome the anger he felt after he was forced to move to Canada from Syria with his mom. Parker's dad's gift turned out to be the thing to get Amy back to working with horses. At the end of the episode, we saw her ride Spartan and track down the colt from the wild herd, which means we will be seeing her work with the colt again in later episodes. We saw Jack and team go to their biannual cattle drive. This time they had two unusual companions, Jade and Quinn. It all started when Tim and Jack were asking if anyone was able to go with them. Everyone already had other things planned except Quinn. Jack and Tim quickly made up an excuse not to have Quinn with them. However, Lou walked in and asked Georgie why she bought 2 tickets to Florida. Georgie explained that Quinn's family had invited her to train at their world-class facilities for a few months. Tim quickly changed his mind and decided to take Quinn with them on the drive. After all, he had to get to know Quinn better if his granddaughter was to go off to America and live with the guy. Georgie roped Jade into going with the trio so she could act as a buffer between Quinn, Tim, and Jack, but that didn't help much. Jack was sad about Ty not being there since all through the day we saw Jack remembering the first time he took Ty on a cattle drive. Tim was there to set Jack straight. He admitted to Jack that he's angry too that Ty's not here anymore, and advised Jack not to take out his anger on Quinn for missing out on cattle. Jack apologized for the way he treated Quinn. which was definitely warranted seeing how in the morning Queen and Jade tracked down the missing cattle and brought them back to the herd. During the episode, we saw Lou having deal with more challenges when it comes to being the mayor of Hudson. When Lou walked into her office, she found her chief administrative officer Rick staring at the ceiling from where water was leaking onto the couch and being generally unhelpful. He didn't seem to be doing anything about the leak. He called the maintenance guy, but he was on vacation. Lou suggested Rick to call a plumber. Rick asked if she really wanted to do that. There was a good reason for Rick questioning Lou's order. The next morning, an article appeared in the Hudson Times claiming that Lou used taxpayer money to renovate her office and buy a new couch. Lou did use public funds to pay for the repairs and a new couch since the old one was damaged in the water leak. Lou was exasperated with the situation, but Rick seemed to take it in stride. Because Rick had it in his head that Lou had asked him for his opinion as to what would have been the best course of action in that situation. Since he is more experienced than Lou in these things, having served under multiple mayors, Lou had asked the committee planning of Hudson Fall Harvest Festival to use Heartland Beef for the barbecue. Her reasoning was that she could get the beef at a fraction of the cost and save money for the town. Rick pointed out that the public might see it differently. From the outside looking in, it might seem that she's lining the pockets of her family business with public funds. So she had to go back to the old supplier. Add all that to Parker and Katie protesting the use of pesticides in Hudson's Park during the Fall Harvest Festival, and Lou felt like she just couldn't win. Like any good that she planned to do as mayor will be buried on the mountains of paperwork and ill-worded press, her grandfather was there to give her a nudge in the right direction and to remind her that there are still ways for her to do good as Hudson's mayor. So, during her speech at the Fall Harvest Festival, Lou promised not only to form a committee to look into the use of bee-harming pesticides, but also to make a personal donation to the Canadian Bee Research Fund, which not only pleases Parker, but also restores the public trust in her as their mayor. Thoughts on Heartland Season 14, Episode 2. In this episode, we saw both Amy and Jack sort of saying their last goodbye to Ty. Amy in the form of a recurring dream of a morning when she's saying goodbye to Ty before he heads to work, and Jack in the form of letting go of the cowboy hat that Ty wore on his first cattle roundup in Season 1, Episode 7. It felt real as we could clearly see people still grieving the loss of a loved one. Yet, the scenes also seemed to indicate that they might be finally ready to move on. Not to forget about Ty, of course, but maybe cherish all the great moments they had with him, instead of being consumed by the pain of losing him, which we think can give hope to people going through similar situations, and which also shows that even though the pain might never fully go away, it will get better, and eventually you will be able to start living your life again. And that is also what Amy nudged Georgie to do when Georgie admitted that she doesn't think that she should go to Florida. After all, it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to train at a prestigious facilities as Quinn's family owns. Amy told her that Georgie should worry less about what Amy needs and start living for herself. So who knows, maybe we will be seeing Georgie and Quinn in Florida this season, or perhaps in season 15. So this much for today's video. We hope you liked it. We will deliver more news of Heartland as it comes in. We will have all the burning Heartland spoilers, updates and news you're looking for. So visit us regularly. Thank you for checking this video out. We will see each other very soon with another video. If you like this video, give us a like and subscribe to our channel for new videos every day. If you have anything to say, do let us know in the comment section below. We'll make sure to reply to your comments.